Let's bring him on. And Isabella, come on. Let's do it. Omar, thank you for being so patient. I know today's show is running long, so thank you for waiting.
For sure, for sure. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, of course. So you're in the studio, obviously. So are you making some new music? Is that what's happening?
Yeah. I was making a song right before this call.
Well, thank you for stopping, because I know that's a lot to ask in the middle of like your creative moment, for stopping down and doing this interview. So thank you. I want to introduce you to Isabella, who works on our Latin team. She curates all of our Latin playlists. So because you are our final interview for Hispanic Heritage Month, you are going to close out this incredible month.
Closing out with a bang.
Right? Like, I feel like, honestly, Isabella, we couldn't have had a better artist.
Oh my God, no. I'm so excited to have Omar. I mean, honestly, I saw you at Brooklyn Steel last year, and I was really blown away. I'm gonna ask about that in a bit.
Oh, ask now. Go ahead.
So you actually reminded me of a young Richie Valens, and I don't know if you've ever been told that, because you're a fantastic guitarist, you're bilingual, you have incredible showmanship. And you have like the Chicano swagger, so, and plus like how you just genre hop between styles, and like with the single that you've been dropping, I think it's like really awesome. You're very multifaceted, and I mean, definitely want to hear about just all the music that you've been dropping. I hear indie rock, corridos, R&B, soul, and I'm pretty ecstatic, and I've been playlisting all of your tracks, including the one that you just dropped today. Want you around, because we definitely want you around.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Okay, I have to ask you, your hair.
Oh yeah, I dyed it back to natural color.
Yeah, okay, this is your natural color. Now we know. It's always a different color. What made you decide to just go back to au natural?
I just kind of missed it. I had my little phase. I'm good now.
Okay, it's also it's a lot of work. That's the other thing people don't know. Like,
yeah, you got to keep bleaching it, right? And,
yeah, it was also like kind of like just a thematic thing for the album that I wanted to keep going.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. I had to ask when you first came on. I was like, I didn't want that to be the first question, but like that was literally the only thing running through my brain, right? It was like the hair. Like I was so expecting you. You know what I mean? So I love that. Like this is kind of your new vibe, and this is kind of where you're going with it. Can we talk about the new song that you dropped today? Want You Around? Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about that track?
Yeah, so I made the song in like the first month of quarantine, I think. So basically I had a lot of friends visit me, like my cousin and then like two other friends, and it was like when I was in an apartment with like three of my other friends, or two of my brother and then my other friend. So it was like a lot of people in the house is what I'm saying. And then they get here, and the next day, like LA goes on lockdown, and they had already got their tickets like a month before and stuff. So like, I'm just like stuck with all my friends. Like they're staying there for like an extra like 2 weeks or whatever. So we're just like hanging out, and it's like super packed. There's always something going on. And then I was just like, now I might as well just make some music. So I had like my cousin and my friend. They were on my bed, and I was like making beats and stuff. And it was like Want You Around. And then I just started singing it, like kind of with like the intention of like not leaving like, the house for so long. It's just like, I just want you around. So yeah, that's where that kind of like came from. And I just made it, and I went on Instagram Live like a couple minutes after I made it, because and then I just like made this little demo, and then I previewed it in like my last video, Stay Back. So like I know like people have been like waiting for it to come out and stuff, but yeah, I'm just super excited about it. It's really like I feel like when I first started making music, I did it in that time signature where it's like 6/8, where it's like. So I feel like everyone's like, oh, this sounds like Omar, because like that they love the songs that are like in that time signature. So it was funny.
What did you grow up listening to? What artists did you grow up listening to? Who are some of your musical influences growing up, Mexican American in Indiana,
Yeah. Well, I grew up listening to like I have like all the Mexican artists like Pedro Infante and like
Nice.
Vicente Fernandez and
Love them.
um, Estela Nunez and you know the goats, and then like Juan Gabriel too, and yeah, just like a bunch of like Los Bookies. But
Oh,
anyways, and then yeah, then I also grew up listening to like R&B, mostly R&B. Like when I was younger, I didn't really listen to anything else, so I would just like put on the TV and watch the music videos all day. And yeah, that's I was listening to like Maxwell and um, like Alicia Keys and who else? There's just so many. I just like yeah.
Maxwell
So,
is like one of my
yeah.
all-time
Oh
I love that you said
favorite.
Pedro Infante, because he's
yeah,
an artist from like the 50s classic Mexican golden age of cinema. And
yeah,
all grandmothers always like put his music
yes,
on and the
yeah. My
shows.
grandma
So,
put me on. My
yeah,
grandma.
same here.
She's 90. She's 95, and she put me on. She's still
Yeah.
doing good too.
That's so funny. I wanted to talk about Omar, about how you kind of got started on SoundCloud. And I
Yeah,
thought this was like a really cool story. And a lot of people that are tuning in, a lot of people that will watch this show are, all starting, a lot of people are starting out or starting to make music as well. Um, I think I have the story right. It's like a friend said that they'll pay you $30 if you would upload to SoundCloud. Like, how did that go? How did that work? And now look at who you are. You know what I mean? How did that all start?
so basically, um, I was putting on music on SoundCloud, just kind of serendipitously, just like throwing tracks out. And then so every time I made something, I'll just upload it like 20 minutes later. Just like kind of like how I did when I did the demo. I just kind of like previewed it like when I was done making it. Um, so I just would do that all the time, and then I'd put it on Twitter, and then say something weird like I'd be like, "Oh, gonna delete this probably later tonight," but whatever. And then like just some dumb shit. I'd make little funny cover arts, and stuff like that. And I was always uploading to SoundCloud, always like every week I would make something I liked and I would just upload it. And then yeah, after a while, my friend I dropped a song called "You Got Me" on SoundCloud, and I didn't have any musical streaming services because I didn't have any money to like pay for it. So I just went on SoundCloud or YouTube, where it was free, and I didn't. He's like, yeah, upload your music to Spotify. People will listen to it or and Apple Music or whatever. And I was like okay, I guess. So he's like, here, I'll give you money. So he cashed at me like $30 to upload it, like as an annual fee. And then it's funny because the caption for it is "investing in your future," and I still have the screenshot.
Wow.
It's so funny, and it literally just says "investing in your future," and it's $30, and then
That's the best investment he's ever made, actually.
literally just changed my life. And then ever since then, it's just like SoundCloud definitely like was the start of everything. That's how I got enough listeners to be put on playlists because you have to have like 300 followers on Spotify to be put on playlists. So I
Mm-hmm.
got that off the strength of SoundCloud.
Wow.
And I remember just finding like all these super cool demos and like old songs and like songs that aren't on Apple Music and like just old stuff that just gets uploaded onto there.
I love it. And it's so true. And that's something, we talk about a lot is that, SoundCloud is, this is, your tried and true, like fan club, starts. And then the Spotify's and Apples and YouTube's, like all of that grows from starting, your fan base on SoundCloud. So I
Yeah.
love I love to see when that happens, because that just means that like your music was also, the fan gets like tickets for life to your concerts.
He's good. He makes
And
really good music. He's the homie. I see him all the time.
oh,
His name's Matt. Shout out Matt Brown.
that's so funny. We have some questions that are coming in. I want to make sure I get to them. So here we go. First question that's coming in from a fan. Have your parents heard the album? And if so, what are their thoughts?
No, they haven't heard it.
Okay. Um, coming another question that's coming. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce some of these names, so I'm just not doing it. But if it's your question, Congratulations. What is your favorite song that you've ever written?
Oh, it's not out yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it on this album that's coming up on Friday?
No. It's called Mr. Neighbor, though. Super cool.
I love it. Okay. Blonda Maria says, how do you feel towards your upcoming concerts? Like, you have so many different expectations because of social distancing. How do you think it's going to compare to your old shows?
Well, I mean, it'll be less intense. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna really try because whenever I perform, I always give 100. So I mean, even if I have a little fake crowd that's just like my manager and like our sound guy, like I'm gonna just scream in their face.
I was just gonna say they're gonna have the best show of their lives. I heard. Tell me, you're playing Paisley Park?
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? Like, what?
Yeah, that's like.
Yo, that is fucking insane.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's like not cool. Like I'm like too excited. It's insane. I've been trying not to like overthink it, but it's hard not to. But
well, just as a kid growing up in Indiana, to then be playing Paisley Park, it's just like there's so many things about it that I think is so cool. When is that show? When is that show?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to look. I don't.
No, you don't have to. I was just curious. I just remember reading, but I didn't write down the date. Basically, if they follow you on Instagram, they can find out all this information.
Yeah, I have no clue, but
all fine. I just know that it's coming, and I think it's amazing.
It's
and
like
it's
this
huge.
month. It's this month.
Yeah, it's this month, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. I just want to say congratulations up front that like that is happening and that you have that opportunity. How amazing! Like you've come such a long way. You know what I mean? Like you have to feel that. Yeah. I'm just so happy for you. So I have another fan question I want to get to is Gia Woohoo. Are you prepared for the big venues that are to come with your new fame?
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, I love it. I think it's so sick. I also think there's something really beautiful about little shows too. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's kind of like crazy. I don't know. Like I said, I try not to think about it. I just kind of just go out there. I I'd take a couple shots and then have fun.
Okay, another question from Valerie 2818. Where is your cardigan from? It's a sweet cardigan, by the way.
Thank
we
you.
Obviously know it's Gucci.
Yeah,
so
it's like a llama or
I don't. Oh, it's like mohair, I think.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Mohair.
Yeah.
Valerie, that's a Gucci sweater, honey. That's where you can find that. Omar has gotten fancy on us over the years. So anyway, one other question, which I'm going to totally botch this because I just know I am, but just bear with me, okay? And Isabella, help me if I get this wrong. But it says from Blonde Maria, she says, since you've dropped a reggaeton song and a Coronado song, is a bachata song next?
Corridos, yeah.
Corrido. Yeah, I know. You said Blonde Maria. I know her.
Yeah.
She's a real one. She's a real one. She stays.
Yeah.
I see her name all the time.
That's a good question.
So, what was the question?
She
what's
said,
next? Bachata?
Oh, what's next?
Are you dropping a bachata song next?
Cumbia, and I haven't made a bachata song yet, but I do
Nice.
have some cumbia. But I do have a lot of reggaeton that I want to put out.
That is dope.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I wanted to highlight, how you genre hopped so seamlessly between styles. And it's, and you were brought up as like bringing the Chicano wave, the soul, the R&B, and it's like super trending now. It's one of our most popular playlists, like Latin R&B. And now that you're like delving into like these territories, like the corridos, I was pretty amazed at that song. And
oh, thank you.
Are there styles that you want to continue exploring? How did you learn so much variety, because that's a rich variety right there?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with reggaeton, and I grew up with cumbia and corridos, and I also grew up with rap and R&B and soul, and I'm in love with music in general. So the genres and all that is like, I don't know, I get bored really fast if I do one thing, like, and I don't want people to know me for like one style, you know, like I love it all. So, you know, I like, you know, I don't even know. I just be making it.
Something that I think
Thank
that's
you. I
been
really
so
appreciate it.
cool is you've just been dropping a lot of music. Like when I was looking at your SoundCloud profile, my initial reaction was like, oh my God, this guy's been working his butt off. That was like literally my first reaction when I was going through your SoundCloud, because I was like, it's exactly how we tell people, you know, this is how you break, is like the constant releasing of music, which is what you've done. So I just wanted to say, man, like you've really kind of figured it out. I think putting out all those different kinds of, like, all those tracks and different styles, I think that that's giving your fans consistency, I think has really proven to win for you. So
Yeah, for sure.
basically follow what he's been doing. If you are an artist starting out and you know, people always ask, you know, what's an example of an artist that's done it well? I'm going to say Omar Apollo. For sure, I would list you in that room. Like, I think you've done it really well. I really do. Like, I mean, think how far you've come, you know what I mean? And like, I think that dropping of, you know, all of those different tracks, I think that that's been really important. And when I looked at your SoundCloud, I was like, oh shit, this makes so much sense why you've popped off, because you've had so much music put out, you know? But you have is it new album dropping?
Yeah, it's coming out in like 4 days, I think.
It's
right?
like literally you're ready to give birth to your baby. Are you ready to put this out? Like, how do you feel?
It feels like
Apollonio, right? That's how you say. Yeah. Can you tell us about that? What does that mean?
So yeah, my artist name is Omar Apollo, but my middle name is Apollonio.
Oh.
And I kind of got it from that. So I kind of wanted to, you know, pay homage to, you know, my real name. And
Nice.
yeah, like, you know, it has like, that was my grandpa's name. So yeah, it's cool to have. I don't know, I just love it. I think the name's really beautiful, and it just sounds like cool to me. So I wanted to name the project that, because I feel like this is kind of the first project I'm kind of being, you know, specific and, you know, more personal and vulnerable. And yeah, it's just been super cool.
I love it. This has been amazing. I mean, I'm gonna say one more question, and then I want to let Omar get back to the studio. So go ahead.
I was just gonna say that your intro track, I did get a sneak peek on it. It sounds very autobiographical, so I was just gonna say that it's you would say it's like the album that you are revealing, like your story, you know, like your
your
journey.
definitely, yeah, super sick, yeah. I'm like ecstatic. I don't even know if that's the right word. But
I'll definitely be playlisting them, and actually, we have cover art for one of our playlists, so you'll be featured on that.
Wow, thank you so much.
We'll be happily, you know, circulating that. So, you know, props for a really cool project that you have underway.
No, we love you here. We love you at
SoundCloud.
You will always have our support for sure. I'm so glad that you're on a playlist cover. You're wearing a Gucci sweater. I mean, Omar, it's just things have come a long way. I'm so glad you were able to take time to join our show. I really appreciate it. At the end of every interview, I play a little game called Rapid Fire. So because it's my show and I can do what I want. So that's what we're doing. I hope you don't mind. We're going to put 1 minute on the clock. I'm just going to ask a couple questions. If you don't know the answer, don't want to answer, you can just say skip, but we're just going to get to know you a little bit more. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite thing to eat when you're in the studio?
Hold on. I got chicken parm on the way, so I guess chicken parm.
Okay, chicken parm. That's a fabulous choice, by the way. Are you more of like a jeans or sweatpants kind of guy?
Never sweats.
Never sweats? What do you wear?
Sweats. I just can't wear sweats. I don't know.
Okay, fine, Omar. I'm just getting these are the things. I'm like, what? You can't wear sweats? I'm gonna need to know more about this. Okay.
Fun facts.
Fun facts. What is your number one most used emoji on your phone?
Oh, that's easy. It's I'm pretty sure it's let's see.
Mine is a lot of times this girl.
It's that one the one face. It's like, oh wait, I can't do that. It's this one.
That one face.
Sorry, this isn't too
Oh,
rapid
cool
fire.
nails.
Oh, thank you. Here we go. Oh, it's too bright.
Oh yeah, that face. Yeah, we know that face. That's a good one.
That's number one.
What is your favorite snack?
Probably like beef jerky.
What is one of your favorite cities to visit?
London.
What is one of your favorite like songs? What is like, or what? Let me ask you this: what is one of the first songs you listened to today? Like, what was the song you listened to on the car ride over to the studio?
What was I listening to today? I'll tell you in 2 seconds. It was this song called "The Downtown Lights" by the Blue Nile.
Oh, okay, I like it. All right, my last question is going to be what is going to be? Oh, I'm going to ask you, where's your favorite place to go shopping?
I usually go to Departamento, but I like Dover Street Market a lot.
I want to ask one as well.
Yes.
If you can perform as Omar Apollo in any era within time and you can time travel, where would it be and why?
Ooh. Any era, probably into like way in the future, like probably like year 3000 on some Jonas Brothers shit, but just to like bring back some old shit, you know, like you'll be like, whoa, because they'll probably be on some other shit, you know.
That's cool.
I love that. That was a great question. Thank you so much for joining our show. It has been so great to have you on. We've been so excited to have you. I'm going to tell you, you have an amazing team working with you. I can't wait for your album. So you guys make sure you check out the song Want You Around that dropped today. Album coming out on Friday. Omar's going to be holla. He's going to be on a cover of SoundCloud's playlist. So make sure you follow him on SoundCloud, on Instagram, anywhere else you listen to music. Big week for you, Omar. So congratulations early. Get back to the studio. I know you have a lot of work to do. And thank you so much.
Gracias. Thank you.
Gracias, muchas gracias. Ahí nos vemos.
Ahí nos vemos. Ciao.
Bye. Ciao.